What I have here today, Monday, December 20th, 2021, I'm going to move the microphone closer. This is a Bun Special video. Written, directed, edited by Bun Special, graphics by Bun Special, stunts by Bun Special, handcrafted with the finest ingredients, sound effects by Bun Special. This video is performed by an amateur. Do not attempt at home. No watches were harmed in making this video. For entertainment only. Yeah, we got that out of the way. Oh, people like to see the watch. There's the watch. The only difference... Come on, will you focus? Yeah. The only difference is I made a Seiko band fit to it. Because the other one was getting kind of nasty looking. So you can see my handiwork there. Ow! I hit the table. Anyway, let's go with the program. Let's see. So I have this watch. Illinois. I got it cheap. And now I know why. I don't know how one could know what was wrong with it. At least what I found was wrong with it, but I did. It runs though. That's the interesting thing, it runs. Let's say we zoom in. Look at this, man, that's about as close as it gets. We angle it. How do I want to move? There you go. Yeah, so the situation with this is... Well, where are my tweezers? It runs, but there's a lot of... Let me get things out of the way. On the balance, there's a lot of sloppiness here. And it's not up and down sloppiness. It's side to side sloppiness. And so I checked it out, and the lower hole jewel is, there's a piece missing from it. But it runs. But it's sloppy. So I'm going to see, I bought the replacement jewel. So we're going to put that in. Let's see how much of a pain in the ass this is going to be. Lately my thing is, you know, why can things just not be a pain in the ass when I do them? That's my latest rant. Why does it have to be a pain in the ass? Just don't be a pain in the ass. That's what my thing is. So I'm going to make sure the mainspring is let down. Yeah, it's let down. Look at that. There's no power in the train. I hope. You never know. What am I going to do next? I think I'm going to take the hands off next. I think it's easier to take the hands off while it's still in the case. Let's see. I'll use my plastic. I got my, I don't know what they call this, the plunger type? I don't know. I like to use the plastic now. It guarantees that these suckers aren't going to fly on me. Even though that plunger type has a hold down, you just can't trust them. I'm not going to use it on the second hand because that one usually is too small to fly. Oh, I can't use this, can I? Oh yeah, it did work. Okay. You don't want to lift it up one-sided and then bust the pivot, which happened to me once. Very upsetting. I got that out of the way. Now, let's take the watch out of the case. So I'm going to take the case screws out. This is a lever set watch. So you have to mess around with the pendant to remove the movement. And that really ticks me off. I unscrew it and I feel it unscrew, and yet it still hangs up inside it. I don't know why it does that. That's my why can't it not be a pain in the ass to do stuff. Ugh, no, come on. Comes out of the case. Let's put the case aside. Oh, it's got a shield. Dust shield. That's nice when it comes with a dust shield. That means either A, it hasn't been screwed around with, or B, the last person to screw around with it did a semi-decent job. Put everything back. Let's remove the dial. I'm going to keep the back over here. Pick it up my greasy, dirty fingers. Let's see if we can get the dial out. I noticed... Why did it do that? I got one screw. I got two screw. And I think it's missing a screw. Yeah, it's missing a screw, so only two screws. Usually there's three on most of these. Let's see if the dial comes off nicely. Yes. Oh, and the washer came off. Put that in the container. Then we're going to take that off. What's that? The hour wheel, I guess you call that. Yeah, hour wheel. Whoops. Now, what's next? Next. Oh, I gotta take the balance off. Let me get the dial out of the way. Now I gotta take the balance off. Let's see. So I'm gonna loosen the. Where's that screw? The hairspring stud screw. I do not like to dangle my balances by the balance cock using the hairspring. I just find that offensive. I have a feeling it stretches the spring or something. Maybe it doesn't. I think it does. Oh, that's the wrong screwdriver. I don't know why I just can't pick up a screwdriver without it falling. I'm not clamping this movement. Look at that, it moved. Wow, why does it move like that? That's another problem I have, is everything moving. And now it doesn't want to, screw doesn't want to come out. It's loose, but it doesn't want to come out. Oh man, everything's got to be a... Now does it want to come out? Thank you. Oh, it's got to be a pain in the neck. Why can it just not be a pain? Did I break anything? Oh, pivots are still there. Now I got to push out this jewel. So I'm going to remove the pallet fork. Because if you see the jewel pusher here, it might hit the pallet fork and break the pivots or something, which would really be upsetting. Really be upsetting. So I took the two screws out for the bridge. You know, I turn them, I feel them loosen up, but the sucker still doesn't want to come out. You know, I don't know why I can't get cooperation with the inanimate objects. Everything's got to fight. That's what I say. Shouldn't use my tweezers as a pry bar. Oh, it's up on one side. Oh, come on. There you go. I don't know why it has to be like that. Did I break this? I don't think I did. Did I? I don't know. Who knows? We'll see when I put it back together. Okay. Oh, I gotta remove the screws. Okay, now we're gonna take the jewel out. Got these two teeny tiny screws. This one I know is the balance. So I gotta loosen this screw and loosen this screw. I think it's loose. It feels tight, but it turns. I push that one aside. Okay, I got them both out. Where I'm gonna put this in this yellow cap. Yeah, that way they stand out. Okay, so then I'm going to push the jewel out. I'm going to do it with a piece of plastic underneath. That way the jewel does not have an opportunity to escape. I got this one. No, this one fits. No, that one's a little bit too. Let's try this one. That one's too big. Oh, wow. See, stuff likes to run away. I'll put that here. I don't know why it likes to do that. It just likes to run away. Everything likes to escape. Okay, so, well, you can't see it. So that's the cap jewel. Where am I going to put that? I'm going to leave that on top. And here's the whole jewel. This is the one that's suspect. Let's see, I'm going to put it on my finger. I'm going to zoom out. Let's see if we can see what this sucker looks like. Let me hold my finger. Ah, can we get in? Just doesn't want to focus. Oh, there it is. You can see there by the, probably like the 1 o'clock position, you see some darkness there. That's where its piece is missing. I wonder if I flip this over. That's the jewel. That's the part of the jewel that faces away from the balance. And if I flip this over, and this faces the balance, but you really can't see anything there, so screw it. Yeah, there's a piece missing. It's chipped, or it's not total crap, but it's crap enough. See, I got it. There you go. You can see that. Oh, I think you can see it. I don't know. I'm looking at the little viewfinder. I think it's. Oh, what did I rotate? Yeah. Now it's around the 12 o'clock position, I think. Let me look at it with the loop. Let's see if I can orient it so it's... Yeah, it looks kind of nasty. Yeah. Yeah, you can't... the lighting, as usual, sucks. Where's that shadow coming from? Anyway, it's up around the 12 o'clock position where it's messed up. Either way, it's messed up. I agree that it's messed up. I'll put that in the yellow container. So this is the new jewel. I had to measure the balance staff, the diameter of the lower pivot, because they come in different sizes, you know, because, you know, they weren't, I guess they didn't hold the tolerances that tight. So your pivots on your balance is different diameters. You know, I gotta drop it out. There it is. Yeah, different diameters, so they measured everything, and then they had jewels, different diameters, and they matched everything up. So you gotta measure the, now this is the new one. Cost me $10.95. Will you be kind enough to focus? That one, no, you don't see really any, I don't even know if you can see the hole. Now let's see, let's do a test run. Should be the right pivot. If I let's see if I can put this on the balance. Oh, it's gonna be a pain. There you go. Whoops, I didn't zoom in. That's why. Let's zoom in. Ah, come on, come on, come on. Yeah, it fits on the balance. So I know the pivot hole at least will work. Let's see if it comes off now. Oh, it came off. Wow. Let's get this show on the road. Okay. So we're going. Oh, we can zoom in now. Let's see if it fits. Usually these things are a little bit too big on the OD. This is the way it goes in. The rounded side faces away from the balance. Oh, it went in. Wow. Where's my jewel pusher? Let's see, maybe this one. Oh, went down. Wow, I'm impressed. Usually, like I say, they don't fit nicely. Now, what about this cap jewel? How does that look? Maybe I gotta put some oil on that. Let me wipe it off a little bit. Wipe it off. Where's my oil? Here's my oiler. Let me just you can't see this, but I'm wiping down the jewel. Removing whatever oil is on it. Yeah, that looks squeaky clean. And then I'm going to put a drop of, oh, I flipped upside down. Oh, there you go. I'm going to put just a little bit of oil on it while I have it out. Wait, which way is this? Oh, okay. Let's put some oil on the surface. There you go. While I have it out. And they put a little divot mark so this cap jewel goes on a certain way. Let's see, where's the divot mark? Oh, okay. So I got it lined up correctly. Let's see if it drops in. Oh, look at that. Fits nicely. Doesn't stick up high or anything. Sometimes these, you get hole jewels you borrow from other movements and things don't fit quite right. Okay, so now we got to put the little screws back in. That's one. I'm shaking too. That means it's time for lunch. It's two. I love these tweezers that are finally using tweezers that are non-magnetic. I got brass tweezers, but I don't feel like using them. Let's see, I'm gonna have to see if I can screw these little screws in. Stuff is always in the way. If it's not in the way, it's not located properly. Then I gotta move things out of the way. If I wasn't filming this, I wouldn't have to move anything out of the way. This screwdriver is too big. Let's see. See, now I put the screwdriver in the way. Oh man, let's see if I can do this. Things are harder to do on camera. How come that's fighting me? Oh, maybe because it was not lined up with the jewel properly. I thought I demagnetized these screwdrivers. Yeah, I don't know if you're seeing this. It's more important that I see it than you. Okay, cap jewel is assembled. I was resting my arm on the freaking dial. That ticks me off. Okay. So I got the cap jewel in. The one thing I do is I noticed this canyon pinion is not sticking up. It's sticking up high. When I pulled off the hands, I gotta lower it. Where is my tweezers? There you go. Now it's back. And I want it. So let's get. So what am I looking for? I want to put the dial back on. That's the hour wheel. This is the washer. And I got the dial. Double sunk dial. It's missing some solder though. Wonder if it never got soldered. Yeah, it looks like it never got soldered the way the end is. True double sunk dial. With they don't call it, it's a crack, but they call it crazing. Because it doesn't go all the way through. Yeah, well, it goes through the enamel, so the enamel's cracked. Not like it's gonna fall off, but still, I don't care if it's cracked. I mean, I don't like it when pieces are missing. That's a little disturbing when you can see the copper base, but cracks are cracks. The thing's old. If you get a perfect one, good for you. I'm gonna put the movement holder aside, so now I can, let's screw in the dial. And I gotta borrow. I'm gonna borrow a screw from another watch. So I get 3 dial screws. So that's that. Okay, what's next? Next is the pallet fork stuff. We're gonna put this. I'll put that there. There's the pallet fork. Are you seeing this? Oh, okay. I believe it's in the lower hole. Now I put the bridge on. Let's see. Let me angle this. Whoops. Take your time. Take your time. No need to rush. So the pallet fork is not lined up. You gotta make sure this stuff is lined up before you screw it down, because man, these pivots are teeny tiny and you'll just snap them right off. You will snap them right off. I never snapped a pallet fork pivot off. No, I've been fortunate. Did I ever do that to a balance staff? No, I don't think I ever did that to a balance staff either. Because when I started working on watches, see, I hate it when it does that. I only bought nice watches in the beginning, because why would I spend money on junky watches? But then they started to break. So, I mean, mainsprings I sent out, but then it was getting expensive to send it to a jeweler or something. So that's when I started doing this stuff myself, and I was always taking my time because I paid money for these watches, and I didn't want to break them. There's no way, man. No way I was going to break one of these watches because they cost me money. So I practiced on the good stuff. They say you should practice on the crappy stuff, but I didn't buy any crappy stuff. But the only pivot I did break was for a second hand on a Hamilton 12 size watch. I think it was a 910 or a 912. And I lifted it up with the pullers, but the puller is a plunger type. It wasn't on one side, so it tilted the second hand, and I broke the pivot. I think that's the only pivot I broke. And I was like, damn it. It was my fault. I didn't check to see that everything was lined up right. So that was the only good thing about working on expensive stuff. You know, you didn't screw around. I'm going to hold this down because it's going to want to shimmy and shake and move and just be a general pain in the ass. Let's see if I can get this one. Yeah, you make sure that goes in smoothly when you screw it in. See, I should have held this down, but I don't want to clamp it yet. You gotta make sure it screws in nicely because you don't want to cross thread. Let's see, and before I finally tighten it down, I make sure it's good. Otherwise, snap goes to pivot. Let's see, still good, still good. Okay, so that's the pallet fork. Let's see what's next. The balance is next. Wouldn't be a video without a burp. Before I put the balance in, let me just put a little tension on the mainspring so the pallet fork has this tendency to stay in one position because the escape wheel is pushing on it. Otherwise it's going to move and shimmy and shake when I put the balance in, and it's going to go overbanked. Okay, so far so good. Let me rotate this. Where is the balance cock? Oh, look at that. It lined up really good. But that's short-lived. That would be short-lived because it has to fight. I have to get the hairspring stud in. That's where it goes all screwy. Let's see. Okay, so far so good. I have to get that hairspring stud. No, excuse me, I have to get the hairspring within the guide pins. No, it's a little out. Oh, I think I got it. Wow, that looks good. Oh, wow, it's not overbanked either. Holy crap. Now I'm going to screw down the balance cock. This is where I run into problems because this is where it shimmies and shakes and dances around. Does all kinds of crazy stuff. It's a real pain in my ass. Shimmies and shakes, dances around. See, it already moved on me. It's already out of position. You scum. You. See? It's all, and the hairspring stud came out. Oh, what a freaking pain. I had it all lined up until I put that screw. Oh, man. Ah, it's all messed up now. It's all messed up. It all went out of alignment when It's all messed up. Oh, it's all messed up. It's all messed up. Let's see what we got. I think it's in now. All messed up. But you know, you take your time. You don't get angry. I gotta hold down the balance cock. Let's see. It's very sensitive, that holding down. If you lean it too far one way, it tips. Lean it too far the other way, it tips. Let's see. Okay, let's see. It appears to be... Let me look at it. It appears to be in. How flat is that hairspring? Looks flat. Ouch, I banged my elbow against something. I'm going to tighten this screw on the stud. And the hairspring is within the regulator pins. I think I did it. I think I did it. Balance looks good. Oh yeah, it's in. It's set. It's in. Where's the screwdriver? So let me see how finally... That's the screwdriver? thought I had a bigger one. So it's tightened up. Balance moves freely. It looks level. I tighten these screws, tighten that screw. I think I'm good to go. What's next? Let's put the hands on. Let's see, let me put this over here. Let me get the hands. And then put it in the case. Line up the stem. Oh, line up the stem. Oh, I forgot the shield. See? Let me put the shield on. Where's the shield go? The shield is keyed. Put the shield on. Yeah, the shield is on. Good. Don't want to be one of those people I criticize. Oh, I got it. It fell right into place. Okay. Next is the bezel. Oh wait, I can put the hands on now. Look at that. This surface is not level. Let me put it on here. Put the hands on. Ah, where are the hands? There's the second hand. The second hand is on. Here is the hour hand. Really, you could just slap it on and then move it, but I like to try to get it. And I'm going to put it at 12. Let's see, that looks like 12. I was once going to buy those hand pushers, but I got too cheap. Maybe one of these days. Now we put the, this is upside down. Let's put the minute hand on. Let me get that out of the way. Let's move it. Move it again. Let's see if it's going to cooperate. It usually moves and shakes and shimmies. Everything moves and shakes and shimmies. If I'm working on a watch and it's not moving, shaking, and shimmying, I'm doing it wrong. Okay, so that looks like it's on. So I'm going to screw on the bezel. I flip it over. Now I put the case screws in. Now I usually wind this up before I do all this, but then when you put the hands on, everything's moving and it's just a pain. I see the balance is freely moving, so I know this got to work. Let me screw on the one. I'm holding down the crown because usually when you screw these screws in, they kind of make the movement shift a little bit. Okay. Let's see if it rocks and rolls. Let me put the cap on this roller thing before I mess it up. I put that in here. I'll put the busted jewel back in this container. I don't know why. Why save it? I have a whole bunch of busted mainsprings and other stuff that I replaced. I don't think I threw any stuff away yet. Oh, okay, so let's see if it works. Let's zoom out then. Lift it up. I'm going to wind it. Let's see, how long does it take before it moves? There you go. It's alive. I noticed that the balance has some sort of little a wobble to it. I think it was restaffed. That's the impression I get. You know, I think it's that when they restaff it, they maybe the hole in the balance arm is a little on the small side. So when they push it in, they warp it. I think that's what happens. Unless when they rivet it, they hit it too hard. I don't know if that would warp it. There's not much teeth left on this crown, so my fingers slip. I'm gonna wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up all the way. Let me use some paper towel thing. My fingers are sweaty. I think they're sweaty. Oh, no, not yet. God, how much? Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Wound up all the way. Let's see how it runs upside down. Oh, look at that balance swing. Holy crap. What are we getting? Oh, that thing is moving like gangbusters. Let's see. I think the arms are like this. So if it goes like this, it's 90. That's 180. So it's at least 270. Let's see. A little bit more. Yeah, around 270 upside down. 270 upside down. Oh, there you go. Didn't swing that much when it was with the other jewel. I said the other jewel was busted. We'll do it this way then. Where's it swinging? Yeah, it's around a little 270, maybe a little less now. A little less than 270. Oh, we'll do it this way so you can see the name. Yeah, that swings, yeah. That swing's nice. I'm satisfied now. It's $10.95, I think, well spent. Okay, well anyway, we'll flip it over so you can see the front move. And there's the front moving. What does it sound like? I'm going to listen to it. Maybe the microphone can hear it. Anyway, that's what it sounds like if you heard it. Anyway, I think that's it. So, let's put it like this. You focus. There you go. Replace the lower hole jewel. It's Illinois pocket watch. Pivot size 13 on the hole, lower. Runs now better. Oh wait, we didn't see how much play was in the balance. No, we didn't see that. Let's see if I can slow this down. Oh yeah, oh very little, just up and down play. Yeah, see, just up and down, just a little up and down. Not as sloppy as it used to be. It was very sloppy before. Anyway, we'll get up to speed and then we'll call it a day. Let's see, these are my tools I use, some screwdrivers, my tweezer. I got the hand puller. I got the jewel pusher, very good to have. Movement holder, And I used this loop when I had to get up close and personal. Oh, and then the oiler. And then some oil. Anyway, thank you for your cooperation. I hope you enjoyed the program and enjoy the rest of your day. I'll wait till it goes to 5.